Well, really, it's a message for me, but hopefully somebody else will gain some information off of this too, some encouragement. Um, this is Kirk Williams with Live Inspired. Um, Thank you for those of you that are joining me live. This is my first live um, session, so getting used to the platform, getting used to doing it, and I won't be on here long, but I just want to talk a little bit and put out something on Instagram, and that's kind of why I'm doing this right now. It was a picture, a quote of something that I've had for such a long time, but I just decided to put it out there today. Sometimes when messages come your way, you have to put them out there. And one of those messages came to me today, and it talks about the weeds. And really what I had is a picture of a young little boy putting some water on a weed on some weeds, and sometimes that's what we do. Little kids do that all the time. They see some kind of plant and they say, "Hey, that needs some water." So they go, and in this picture, the little boy has a little water tin and yellow, and he's putting water on the weeds instead of the plants or the flowers. And sometimes you don't know what the difference is. And then this time, this little boy didn't know. He was just putting water on the weeds. Hey, it needs to grow too. I guess that's what it is. That's what he was saying. But for me, it just really made me think. And sometimes we water the wrong things. We know that weeds aren't really plants, and they kind of come and choke the grass or choke the flowers that they are around. And they're not really supposed to be given the type of nourishment that the flowers or the grass is supposed to be given. And I feel like sometimes that's how it is in life. We tend to water some of the things that we shouldn't water. And in the post that I sent earlier today on my Instagram, and I'm sure it hit the Facebook as well, it talks about the weeds being in our lives being discouragement, self-doubt, um, toxic relationships, and negative thinking. And those can be considered the weeds in our lives. And what I wanted to encourage a lot of people is, those things come, but we don't have to feed them, especially with our attention. And that's kind of where I was going with this, is that, our attention can be nourishment, can be food to some of the good things and some of the not so good things. And my encouragement to you today, and to myself, again, I do a lot of these because I need to encourage myself, and hopefully you guys can come in and get some of that food as well. But stop feeding those negative things. Stop giving nourishment, your attention, to discouragement. Stop giving your attention to negative thoughts, and definitely to toxic people. As they will grow. If you feed it, it will grow. If you water it, it will grow. And we want those things to wither out and die, or wither out, and just like a weed, a lot of times weeds will keep coming back, but they don't have the same strength when they come back. If you continue to if you don't feed it, if you don't nourish it with your attention, with the water in the little boy's example, it won't come back as strong, and then we can always pull them up. So again, just wanted to, this is new. This is, for me, this is a quick platform that I wanted to get a word out and encourage a lot of you guys. Hello there, for joining. Thank you very much. Again, this is Kirk Williams, Live Inspired Moment, and just wanted to talk a little bit about not feeding the negative things, the monsters in life, or in this situation, this scenario today is the weeds. We don't want to feed the weeds, don't want to give them the nourishment of our time, of our attention, because if we do, they will grow and get stronger. We don't want that. We want them to die. We want them to wither away. We want discouragement to leave. We want negative people and negative thoughts to dissipate. And that's kind of what I wanted to share with everyone today. It's no need to be negative. There's no need to be discouraged, although those things do come, and I fully acknowledge it. Even in my own life, I acknowledge being discouraged at times. I acknowledge that I have toxic people around sometimes. Sometimes those toxic people are close to us, and we can't necessarily get away from them, but we can stop giving them so much attention and so much power in our lives. And if we do that, then the strength that they once had, it doesn't, it's not, we're not controlled by it as much anymore. And we can distance ourselves from even negative, toxic people, toxic relationships, but definitely the thoughts in our minds, the attitudes, the self-doubt. You weren't created for that. Okay, those things come, but you are created for more than that. You were created for positive thoughts to come into your head. You were created to be winners, not losers. And that's who you are, and that's who I am. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves, and that's what we need to be watering. Those positive thoughts, those things that say that you are worth something. You have a positive, a high self-worth. So those are the things that we should be watering. And in this situation, those are the flowers. That's the grass. Those are the things that we want to feed, and not the negative weeds of discouragement, self-doubt, negative thinking, or of toxic relationships. So thank you very much for joining. I'm going to turn this off now because, again, I am very new to this. So, again, thank you very much for joining. Kirk Williams here. And we'll do this again and be able to have a little bit more dialogue, a little bit more communication with you guys. So thank you very much. Hey, always be encouraged, stay positive, and live your life inspired. God bless.